Imagine checking into a hotel, and never checking out. A place where doors led nowhere, staircases ended at brick walls, and cries for help were muffled behind soundproof rooms. Welcome to the Murder Castle, home to America's first documented serial killer, H. Holmes. But Holmes is long gone, so why do the screams still echo through its ruins? Tonight, we step into the shadow of Chicago's darkest legend. This is the story of a building so evil, even death couldn't silence it. Born as Herman Webster Mudgett in 1861, he would later adopt the name H. Holmes. A name the world would never forget. Charming. Intelligent. Cold-blooded. By the time the 1893 World's Fair arrived in Chicago, Holmes had already begun building his grand masterpiece, a hotel built not for hospitality, but horror. On the outside, it looked like any other three-story hotel. But inside, it was a labyrinth of terror. Holmes hired and fired workers constantly so no one knew the full design. Secret passageways. Disorienting hallways. Hidden peepholes. Rooms without windows, and some without exits. Entire floors rigged with gas lines, designed for silent, mass murder. Chutes led from bedrooms to the basement, where surgical tables and acid vats awaited. It wasn't a hotel. It was a slaughterhouse disguised as shelter. During the World's Fair, thousands flocked to Chicago, and many stayed at Holmes' hotel. Most were never seen again. Holmes preyed on young women seeking work, tourists looking for shelter, and even business partners who became liabilities. Behind those walls, he experimented. Tortured. Killed. No records. No survivors. Just silence, then the smell of burning flesh from the hidden crematorium. Eventually, Holmes' crimes caught up with him. Arrested in 1894 for insurance fraud, he confessed to 27 murders, but some believe the true number was over 200. In 1896, Holmes was executed by hanging. But he left behind more than just death. He left behind a building infected by his evil. Even Holmes himself claimed, the devil was always inside him. After Holmes died, the murder castle refused to rest. The building was sold to a new owner, who planned to turn it into a legitimate business. But the walls had other plans. Within weeks, employees quit. Lights turned on and off on their own. Moans echoed through the halls at night. Apparitions, ghostly figures in 1800s clothing, appeared in mirrors and windows. Visitors reported being scratched by invisible hands. Some claimed to be followed by a tall man in a bowler hat, Holmes himself. Objects levitated. Voices whispered things no one should know. One tenant claimed she heard heavy breathing above her bed, when no one else was in the room. Several owners tried to demolish the building. Accidents occurred. Fires broke out. One man fell to his death from the roof without explanation. Was the murder castle haunted by Holmes' victims? Or by Holmes himself? Some believe the building absorbed the violence committed within it, like a sponge soaking up blood. Others claim it was never just Holmes, but something darker that possessed him. Something that still lingers. Researchers have tried to explain the phenomena with logic. But what logic explains screams in empty corridors? Or the scent of burnt flesh, rising from a concrete floor? Evil doesn't die. It just changes shape. Maybe H. Holmes is gone. But the castle, what it represented, still haunts us. A reminder that beneath charm can lie cruelty. That buildings remember. And if you ever find yourself in Englewood, Chicago, walk by the post office at night. If you feel cold, if you hear footsteps, don't turn around. Because the castle might still be watching. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the past, and the beyond. If the shadows of the murder castle stirred something in you, like, subscribe. And remember, some places were never meant to be explored.